1, 2. You can move in there so you can be surrounded. Okay, deep breathing. Okay, so we'll try it again. Okay, ready? Yeah. Feet parallel. Open. Okay, preparation. Okay, hold the ball, step up. Part the horse's mane 3 times. Stork flaps wings. Brush knee 3 times. Strum the lute. Reverse, repulse the monkey 4 times. Ward off, roll back, press and push. Single whip. Cloud hands. Jade Lady work shadow. Right and left side. Insert needle. Fan to the back. Turn, parry, and punch. Form the fist and punch. Leopard and tiger springs to mountain. Close the form. Okay, deep breathing. Okay. Anything you want to work on within this form? That's obviously memorizing the sequence. So, no. How about Corinne? Anything there? Downward posture. Yeah. So after that heel kick, you hook your wrists, and when you go down into the downward posture, this hand comes down, up the leg, shift your weight to this leg, and then balance and lift. So we're here, palm down here, palm out here. Turn, hook your wrists. So the hand's going to come down like this as you squat down. And then you come down the leg, transition to the front leg, that's your right supporting leg, lift up and press down on the right side. Okay, so that's the 2 downward posture movements. So that comes from after the heel kick. So we can try it again. Okay, so we're in the heel kick. It's your left heel kick. Scoot down and up. Turn. There's your setup. There's your downward movement. Lift up. Step to the corner. Hold the ball. Open the stance. Lift up. Jade Lady work shuttle. So it's a high, like a high block position and a push, palm push left. Hold the ball. Step out. Lift up. Turn the shoulders. Push. Shift your weight. Plant the foot behind you. So when you plant the foot, it actually goes just behind the front foot. So it's here. You turn to the rear corner. Then you insert needle, sink down. Step forward. Stay in the leaning position. This is fan through the back. Then you turn. Transition across. Sink the elbow, carry. So this is a parry and punch, and you toe out. Form the fist and punch. Cross the forearms. Vertical elbow. Leopard and Tiger Springs the mountain. Sit back. Turn to the front. Step to the corner. Squat down. Sit back. And close. So one of the difference between Tai Chi and most of the other wushu is that it's much more shifting of weight, and you have to sustain your weight on one leg at a time a lot more. So that's why there's the benefit of balance and transition. So most of us that's prescribed Tai Chi would be learning to shift your weight and balance more. So it's working your proprioception. But this is a typically 24 movement simplified form, so it's a universal form. It's taught all over the globe, and it's really derived from the Yang style long form. So it has a bunch of postures. Pat the horse's mane, we're all familiar with that. Pat the horse's mane is the first three movements. It looks like this, and we have one on each side. So one of the things about the stance, when you're in this position, 90 degrees, and you bend your knees and you lift this foot up, when you come to center and you open the stance, there's a space between the foot and the heel of the back foot. So it's a little wider than what a lot of people are doing now. So when you're stepping forward, if your hand's here or here, when you step forward, you end up passing through center and bringing it past the heel, and it comes over here, but you're still going forward. So you're kind of moving a little bit to the side. So while you're stepping through, you have to sustain the weight on this foot, and then when you transition across, you don't put much weight on the front foot until you plant it and then push off the back foot. So that's your control factor, and you have to control the weight so that you're always sustaining it. So that's the benefit of the leg work. So your legs will get much more they'll get stronger, but much more flexible. Your knees actually are not just bending; they're actually moving into the position to sustain the weight. So there's hip and knee flexibility, and your ankles are actually required to release the tension. So in Tai Chi, when we say release or relax, it's really letting go of the tension in the joints, because any of the tension in joints is going to be the conflict in movement. So it just abides by the rules we have in the Tai Chi paradigm and so forth. So you want to go through it again? So this is sequential memory, and sequential memory is just what we do a lot of when we're doing form. So even opening, when we're here, we really don't just go like that. That's what I call dumping your weight on one side. You have to kind of touch down. So when you move, you're really building more sensitivity and feeling to the step. So your hands are pliable and your feet become pliable. So how many people have feet that actually have dexterity and agility? But because we wear these thick-soled sneakers or shoes, and we walk around and we really don't, all we're concerned about is stabilizing the ankle, right? Most of the shoes that you buy is for stabilizing your ankle, right? Running, jogging, that's all you do. But when you do these type of exercises, you're building sensitivity, you're building a vertical spine, you're building relaxing the hips, the knees, the ankles. So regardless of what style of Tai Chi it is, it still follows the same principles and concepts. Vertical spine, head to the tailbone should be vertical, and turning of the shoulders. Turning the shoulders really turning your torso, and you turn 45 degrees to each side. So that's your right-left movement. The forward back is the legs. When you flex the front knee, it really is because it's yielding to the back leg. So all of those concepts takes out the physical side of the movement. So when you're doing the kicks, it's not like in Wushu where you would do that. It's just relaxing the shoulder, creating the softness and the arc and the movement. So it's patterns and shapes. So, we have the circular movement, the arc. We have parallel movements that are the square motions, and then when we go into obliques, it's really slanting. So your cross hand position, anything that crosses the body is more of the slant oblique lines. Diagonal flying is one of those. When you come up and part the horse's mane, it's still, because you're dealing with space, three-dimensional motion, we have to carry that pattern around. So how do you generate that pattern? Is because we not only turn the spine, but we also turn the lower part of our body, and what we create are the positions in the arm, and it happens on both sides. Another thing that really happens is building relationships in the body, where the right and left sides always have to work together. There's nothing happening without that relationship, because it's the balance and motion. And the other thing is, if you have yin and yang motion and yin and yang concepts of movement, you have passive and active movements. Does everyone understand what that is? Passive and active movement? How about Justin? Passive active movement. What would be passive active movement? One. So it happens, different ways. Like in cloud hands, when we turn, it's really, so that would be passive. So passive action is maintaining a structural integrity of a position and then letting it be driven. So those movements would be a function of. So if I lift, that would be an active movement. When I turn, that becomes a passive movement. So between active and passive, it's a constant relationship, and it's changing, constantly as an up and down movement. And with even up and down movement, in order to soften your movement and not use excessive strength, you have to capitalize on gravity. So when we lift the arms, it's effort to lift, but how much do you use? A lot of strength, that becomes too physical. So you let it float, and then that is counteracting gravity that's wants to pull this arm down, but at the same time, you're regulating the amount of strength that's taking that arm up. So that's learning to not use strength. Because in Tai Chi they say, use your will and not strength. So now when you sink your elbow, that's gravity. That's channeling the direction of your limb in a downward motion, but then passing through the folding position, which ultimately creates that roundness and motion. So you're creating the lines, which are the patterns, and eventually the movements become soft and fluid. Now, because I'm sinking here and I'm bending my knees, you have this relationship now of the upper and lower body, where your elbows and knees work together, your wrists and your feet work together, or your ankles, and your hips and your shoulders, right? So that's a common relationship that happens in any of the internal arts, but it's also, once you've developed, this is sort of in pairs, although to avoid that double weightedness, it starts to separate as a sort of a cross-lateral relationship. So anyways, so those are principles and concepts. Okay, let's go to the form. So this is what we try to capture, some of those ideas. Okay, deep breathing. So the pre 42 has the prerequisite of the 24 movement form. So we're going to run through that. You can join in, just follow along. So it's really made up of stylistically, movements from four styles. So it's the Yang, the Wu, the Sun, and the Chen style. So it's a mixture, a blend. So, okay, ready? So go through it. Brush knee 2 times. Parry and punch. Pull down and press. Parry and punch. Push. Open and close. Single whip. Fist under elbow. Repulse the monkey. Jade Lady with shadow with a quick step. Heel kick, right and left side. Stroke down. Punch. And push. Flashing hands. Cloud hands. Beat the tiger. Toe kick, instep kick, 2 punch to the air. Instep kick left. Turn, slap kick, punch down, diagonal flying, downward posture, golden cockerel, stands on one leg, retreat, press down, lift up, shoulder stroke, turn, elbow stroke, cross hands, press down, cross again, retreat, hook your wrist, ride the tiger, turn, double lotus, draw bow to shoot tiger, close with grasp the sparrow's tail. close. Okay, deep breathing. So this form's much more challenging because of the different postures. There's so many different postures that have to be identified, and then you have to try to capture the sort of the stylistic differences from what those movements are like and the execution, and so that's why it's a competition form. Used to be a compulsory form, but now I think most of the Tai Chi has gone to this open circuit type thing. But a lot of tournaments still using the 42 as a compulsory. So you have any section you want to or review? What's that? How about Justin, anything? The second half. So, yeah. So we can pick it up from, say, from fist under elbow. So we're in the fist under elbow, we do this backward step like this, and then we square the feet. So, a lot of it, footwork is really important in Tai Chi because, so the control factor and how you control your body positioning is very important. So when we step back and we square the feet, our feet are just like this. And then when we step forward to the corner, there's your position. Now when we turn again, the feet are like this. And then we step to the corner and we're here. So just that movement alone requires foot position and knowing where your feet are going to end up in the next step. So they're always going to this square position and this and this. So this is, the pivoting is really measuring all your motions. So in the fist, yeah. Yeah, so when you get to here, you're going to step here. Huh? It's going over there. You do the other side. Yeah, because you have a right and left side. Those are right and left sides. So if you're here, if I'm here, I'm going this way. So then I have to go this way because it's just the balance in motion and direction. See, when you have a right and left side, so it is both of them. We don't have any going there. When we're here, we're turning to here. We're going to this corner, then here, then we go here. Then we step to turn, and then we do the Jade Lady Work Shuttle. So the Jade Lady Work Shuttle is, this is the footwork where when you're here, and we step, this is a pull down, the ward off, and fold to Jade Lady. So your footwork, the coordination, the timing, and the motion. So each leg, so you build agility and dexterity in the whole body. So when you move a hand, you move a leg. When you move a hand, you move a leg. So that's called upper-lower coordination. So, there's a lot involved there because not only is the hand doing this as a motion, your legs are doing a sit back and you're moving like this, and then when you're here you have that quick step or the shifting as we move forward or we turn, shift. So when you turn and when you come back to center is critical because that's how you tie the movements. 1, 2, 3. So every action, there's a phase in the movement that has to blend together. So there's horizontal, vertical, forward, backward, right, left, center. So here's the forward, here's the right, here's the left. So here you have this way, I'm turning to the right, I'm turning to the left, I'm moving forward and back. So you have forward, backward, right, left, center, which is the directional motions in Tai Chi. It's always forward, backward, right, left, center. Then it's tied to, you know, the different kind of energy and the motion, which comes down to the press, the push, and so forth. So then you have your elbows and your elbow strokes. So let's do it from here. Okay, we just got to this position. We're gonna go from here, right? So we're here. 1, 2, 3. Sit back. We turn. Go to that corner. Stroke down. Now we're centered here, and we go forward. Switch the feet. Switch the weight, and then you push forward, right? And then we're gonna from here turn and set up for the heel kick that goes to the corner. And then this, so how do you prevent the hands from just pushing out? You sink the elbow by relaxing your shoulders, and then you're going to scoot down like this, and then turn, and then come and cover your center, and then punch. And then from here, we make a circle and push out. And then we make another circle, come through this foot, make another circle, and go over to the other side, step out and thrust. And then we do the cloud hands. There's 6 sets of hand movements, or on the 5th one, we start to move, right? Then we do beat the tiger, which is this, a toe kick, instep kick, 2 punches to the ear. Then we scoot down again, do a left side, and we spin. Scoot down, slap the foot, and punch down. Okay, and then we step up. Here's a diagonal flying. Here's a downward posture. And then we go up, and then we go up to a single-legged position, other single-legged position. Then we reverse and thrust, turn and push down, lift up. Here's your shoulder stroke. Turning to set up for the elbow, to pull down and separate your hands. Go down to do a cross wrist with 2 fists. Another downward posture to cross hand, 7 star. So the right hand is a fist. Our right hand's a fist. Then you pull back, reach, just ride the tiger. Then you step down, turn, double lotus kick, draw bow to shoot tiger. Then we step up, hold the ball, grasp the sparrow's tail, just like in the Yang style Tai Chi. So it's ward off, roll back, press, and push, makes up the 4 movements in grasp the sparrow's tail. And then we do closing movements. We turn, spread the wings, open, and close. That's it. All right, so we're going to end class 7. All right, ready? We'll bow. So we face this way. Yeah, ready? 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, good. It's good. It's different. Yeah. What's that?